All right, and we're back. Ancient wisdom, modern life.
Are you sure it's not ancient life, modern wisdom?
Depends. It depends how you want to look at it.
Depends who you're asking, huh? Listen, I want to start our weekly podcast over here with a special greetings from our Mayor Mamdani. Yeah, this Friday he taught me. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, alaikum assalam, assalamu alaikum, Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah, peace be on his name. You know, we were all shocked to hear our great mayor speaking, words of, Musar, let's call it.
Wow.
Musar about the Prophet Muhammad. And I kind of like saying that about Muhammad. And and the Navi. May his name, may his memory be blessed. Alaikum assalam means his memory be blessed. So I just wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts as a young New Yorker on what is New York heading towards? First of all, what the heck is going on here?
Okay. So
What the heck is going on?
So there's
here?
a lot of things here that we have to touch on.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, before we get to the religious aspect, let's
Okay.
talk about a little bit the political aspect. There's nothing wrong. You see, we're categorizing. I know it's going to sound very controversial, but this is let's be open-minded, right?
All right, first of all, I just want I want to get your thoughts. I'm cutting you off. People say I cut off people too much. Is Muhammad a prophet?
So again, before I touch on the religious aspect,
Okay.
the political aspect is there's really nothing wrong with saying any of these things. It's like a Christian getting up and saying, Jesus Christ, right?
Christos.
Right? Or a Buddhist get up and talking about Buddha, and a Jew getting up talking about God. The
Or Japanese talking about the Shinto.
Correct. And the thing is, like, we like to categorize people. We like to put people in a certain sect and say, oh, because
we feel very uncomfortable with their ideology.
okay, that's the thing. The thing is, the fact that what bothers me with this mayor is that he doesn't address the problems that come with all of these things. Like, he never yet went against October 7. Now, I'm not a Zionist Jew. I'm a religious Jew. I'm a real Zionist Jew. I don't
Explain.
I don't categorize Judaism based on one action. I categorize it on a collective action.
Meaning
Meaning, if I wearing a Magen David and a purple ribbon doesn't make me Jewish.
a purple or yellow ribbon?
Yellow,
Yellow ribbon. All right.
right? What makes me Jewish? The
What-
fact
what
that
is
I
a
come
Magen-
from.
What is a Magen David? Just for
A Magen David is the Star of David, which that's also controversial on its own.
is the Star of David is really something that David wore?
Is there a source for it?
Ich weiß nicht.
Is there a source for it?
Ich weiß nicht.
Which means, yeah, we don't know really if there's a source for it.
But it's on the Israeli flag.
Okay, yeah, a lot of things are on the Israeli flag. It doesn't mean
Wait,
anything.
what is the earliest use of the Star of David?
What we say? First of all, the Rothschilds had the Star of David. It was part of the
Did they?
medallion. Yes, it was part of the
Rothschilds had it?
Yeah, it was part of the
I
medallion.
did not know that. That's actually interesting. I'm gonna search that up today.
Okay, we do see that there was a significance of using the Star of David in cemeteries and shuls. Even the biggest,
How far are we talking?
even the biggest haters of, let's say, the Zionist movement.
Yeah.
If you go to right now, if you go to Satmar
Satmar is in
in Bangkok,
a sect of Judaism that's very anti-Zionist.
correct. If you go to Hungary, where they are originally from,
Yeah.
their shuls all had Magen David.
You're
Every single
telling
one of them.
about Satmar. Okay, first of all, for our listeners, what is Satmar Hasidic Jews?
No,
They're not Hasidic Jews.
they're not.
Do they consider? If you ask them Satmar, you're Hasidic, what would they say?
Yes,
They would say yes,
correct.
but you're saying they're not.
They're not.
Okay, explain.
They're not from the Shalshelet of the Talmidei of the Baal Shem.
What are they from?
They come from a sub Shalshelet of
Okay,
Talmidei
what does
Baal
that
Shem.
mean?
Which means if you track them back down, they're called like Chatem Sofer Yidden or Haimish Yidden. They're not considered.
Why do they dress the same way as Hasidic Jews?
Because all European Jews dress that way.
I
Talmidei
think-
Agra, if you look at them in Eretz Yisrael, Talmidei Agra, right? Go with the Streimel and Bekach and long pious and beard.
What are Talmidei Hagra?
Talmidei Hagra were the students of the Gra that immigrated to Eretz Yisrael way back.
We're talking about what, 300 years ago?
Correct. And what happened was they look more Hasidish than Hasidim.
And I think the Gra wore a.
Correct.
The Vilna Gaon wore a Shtreimel.
Yeah, that was part of the Beged. That was part of the I think
German-
Rabbi Burl Wine used to
I
say
don't think he used to wear a.
no,
Shtreimel.
but he said that the Pope, one of the big Christians at that time, also wore a Shtreimel.
Really?
Yeah, he brings it down when he was going through the history of Europe. Like these, we have to understand these are levushim. These are clothes. It's like
Why are they so like crazy that you have to wear?
Because now it became like an identity thing.
Are you identified towards Eastern European Jewry by dressing like
Correct.
this? So if I don't dress like this, I don't identify as you.
No, it's a kind
So
of.
it's all about the dress.
Unfortunately, that's what we.
So
what
are
we
you
have
telling me
become.
that Judaism has become a external identity movement?
Yes, because as we see, the Europeans were very strong on this aspect. Sects, and sects were divided by clothes, by marriage, by wealth, and so on and so forth. It lost the official touch of the Baal Shem Tov. Hasidus has their true, authentic Hasidus.
I think they would take a lot of issue with what you're saying.
I'm
right now.
telling you fact. They lost their identity of being a Chassid. What does the word Chassid mean? What does it mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
Hey, you look, the Torah wise.
The word chassid comes from the word chesed.
Okay.
Chesed
Hamit
means-
Yachessim, someone that wants to.
going above and beyond.
But over more than that, Hamit Yachessim Kono, someone that wants to know his master, someone that wants to have a special, intimate, mentally and physically connection to his master, which is Hakadosh Baruch Hu, right?
Actually, I just want to cut you off. I know, there have been some issues with me cutting off you, but I gotta say this: that today was the Yortzeit, was the Rav Ovadia Hadaye, Rosh Yeshivat Bet El, and people don't know this. That Rosh Yeshivat Bet El was actually called not Rosh Yeshiva, but Rav Chassid.
Correct.
He was called Harav Chassid, and he was the Chazan. He was the Mekaven. He was used to the Kavanot, and he was the Rebbe of the Kavanot. So the word Chassid is not indigenous to the Baal Shem Tov movement.
That's exactly my point. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. People are associating Hasidism, which unfortunately is becoming into a cult.
It's a cult. At this point, it's a cult.
Unfortunately,
but
the root...
Mashiach told Baal Shem Tov, Achiafuzu.
Which is what? What's Achiafuzu?
I don't know. You tell me.
To accept every Yid.
I have an issue with that.
Now, I'll tell you what that means. That doesn't mean now you have to.
I'm not a person who likes to. I'm known as a very nice person, but at the same time, I have an issue with chutzpah.
Okay.
I'm not a person who enjoys people with chutzpah. Chutzpah is my. That's my
line.
Exactly, because when a kid even is out of line, like he can't, not out of line as to say like you're out of line in the sense of you're just not a good person. I can't deal with you. You have to have a basis of being a good person. You know what I mean? Like you could be dumb. You could not want to learn. That's okay with me. I'm okay with you not wanting to learn. But you have to be... I didn't say don't be wild. Be wild.
Be a mensch.
Be a mensch. Like, know your place. Da'at mekomcha.
Okay.
So, did the Baal Shem Tov mean a Rav Chassid? We're talking about a Rav Chassid, Satmar, whatever we're talking about.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Rav Chassid means accept even that, like the mechutzaf, the jerk, what does that mean? The Radishev said that Halavai, I should love the greatest Jew as the Baal Shem Tov loved the greatest Russia. I mean, did he say that? Is that a story? Is it a fable?
You're going into a sense of avoida now. That's a sense of a person's work, as it says, right? What, like the Baal Shem Tov says, the way you see others, that's the way what you see in yourself. Let's take example. This was our own children, our own son, our own daughter, and they're being mechutzafim.
Yeah,
is our job as a parent to just put them aside because they're mechutzafim, or is it our job to accept and to teach them?
I think that's something relative. That's something relative because I'm a parent and I have a responsibility to deal with that mechutzaf that I raised and I turned into in a way. And I said this in this week's Sudah Shalishit, which some people were not there. I said I never blame the teacher for a yell that's a mechutzaf. I blame the parent for being a mechutzaf and molding their child into a non-menschlichkeit yid, which causes a lot of distress later on. And I know that kids mature. I've seen it happen, but it could take many years of a lot of anguish for the people who deal with them, and they should know that teachers have a lot of yisurim, and maybe that's a positive thing, and a lot of gehinom
But
goes
who
off.
who are these kids that have to look up to?
These kids have to look up to their parents.
No, they can't. The parents are. If the parent is
I
a
disagree.
chayvon, is an animal,
Then somebody has to break their parents.
So no.
As it says in the Haggadah Shel Pesach, hakeh et shinav. And Bukhari they say danashon meshmura.
no, that's counting. Mishkanam is a breaking.
Yeah,
okay.
I know, but the point is, I'll count it after I break them. You can't count them when it's in the mouth.
Okay.
I'm very anti-violence, but at the same time, I have. Let's go back to the Baal Shem Tov for a second. Do we accept every kid as is? What is the line? And there is a punishment, and if there is no punishment, then.
It's okay.
So let's just sit down and play the
Gumbaya
and play some drums.
According to you, what's a Russia?
To me, so it's relative.
Which means what?
To me, what's a Russia? And to somebody else, what's a Russia?
What does that mean?
Where am I? Where am I? Like, if
Forget,
I'm in a classroom,
no.
if I'm in a classroom-
Rewind. Is a Russia in a category? Is someone intentionally doing it?
The Rasha is intentionally doing what he's doing. That's for sure. But do I put into context?
So when we have a kid, listen to this.
His maturity.
When we
level.
have a kid, that he's doing it not because he chooses, but because this is the only thing he knows.
Okay.
Is he considered an ones, which means he has no choice. It's an accident, even though it's purposely. But in theory, it's an accident because this is what he knows. He didn't get the kalim. He didn't get the tools in order.
What tools can I use to put him in the?
That's a different question now. First we have to acknowledge that even though the guy is a chutzpah, he's a shakran, he's a minuval, aleph, bet, gimel, the whole 9 lines.
Exactly.
Let's go to the root. The root is the guy is a misken. He didn't know. Okay. It's different by a Russia that knows and says, "Poo on your face."
Yeah.
For that, you're right.
A Russia. I'm talking. You're right. Okay, so let's reorganize the question. Let's put it in the right context. We're dealing, with a kid that probably does not have the vessels to know what's different out there, and he is a mechutzaf because he learned to be a mechutzaf. So first of all, I don't take back what I said. The parents.
Mamdani, we didn't finish.
We didn't finish with Mamdani. Mamdani.
No, continue. No, go.
Milashon Nahash. He's a Nahash. First of all, I do blame the parents. Okay? And I don't appreciate when the parents feel like it's the teacher's fault. Nikuda. I'm never going to change that. 10 years being in Chidach, probably more. I'm never going to change it. I've seen it all. I feel like I've seen much more than I'm supposed to see. And I'm never going to change that thing. I know I've been told different things. I know we're changing from politics to chinuch, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to change that. I spoke to Mechanchem. I've been rebuked, but I have a very strong feeling from what I say. Okay? Number one, I'm not going to change it. I feel that parents are to blame for how their children turn out because they are with them. Parents are their kids. They're not idols, but they look up to them. Okay? Sure. What your parents are, you will become. And no, you weren't here. I mean, you haven't been here, but Sudah Shalishit, our father was sick. I was sitting in the Sudah Shalishit seat, and I looked to somebody like this, like he was talking in the middle of the shir, yeah. And then somebody was like, "Wow, I just saw your dad." You know what I'm saying? So you are gonna turn into your parent. It's inevitable. Though how you will turn into his mannerisms, it doesn't mean you have to be his negative or even positive aspects, okay? You will turn into your parent. That's a nikuda. The chabad of your parents, the nahi of your parents is your chabad, okay? That's a nikuda. But at the same time, you are correct too in saying that as a teacher, how much mercy can you have in dealing with who are you dealing with? Now, here's my question. You have a curriculum. You have to teach them. You can't just tell them, oh, let's all dance and sing.
Kumbaya.
How do you say, like, what's that guy's shear? Stefanski in the middle of the shear. Oh, yeah, yeah. I see that. It rips me apart. Stop. That's not Gemara. Stop. But people they want to sing in the middle of learning. They want this. And I remember I was in Kola, like at the end of Kola, like I had a Charuta over there. He was like, guys, at the end of Kola in Eretz Yisrael, the minhag was to sing. I was like, stop. Just stop singing. Maybe it's my personal character, but I can't do it. Like you can't. You have to be honest with yourself. In 4 years, are you going to change the kid? Or you're just going to teach them how to be good kids and we love you, and it's okay.
So you answer that question.
My answer is I want after 4 years the kid should know how to be at least an Erla Chayid. He should go to Bet HaKnesset. He should know how to daven. That's what, I don't care. He should say, my Rebbe taught me ABCD. If you come after 4 years and tell me I have learned nothing, I have failed. You know what the problem is? Maybe it's a personal problem. I see myself as a failure as a teacher when my student tells me I have learned nothing.
But did he really learn nothing?
I don't care. I want him to learn something.
We've been in Chinuch.
I spend 2 hours to 3 hours a day teaching them. I want them to learn something.
We've been in Chinuch for over a decade. We've seen who comes through those doors, and we see who leaves those doors. Fast forward, right? Those kids that left in the beginning, let's say, of our career, now they're married with kids. Do you see? And they didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Do you see the seeds that you planted playing an effect in their day-to-day life?
I see sometimes. I will. Yeah, sometimes, yes.
Is the issue recognition at the moment, or do we
I cannot tell what's going to be in the future. I want
but
right
if
now.
If you see that it helped 5 years down the line after they're out of school, 10 years out, they're out of
Who
school.
said it was me?
Who said it wasn't you?
I don't know.
That's it. But was the change done?
You do see. I tell you what, Sfaradi kids, you can't say that because they all have some Yerushalayim.
No, you're trying to find.
No, all have some.
You're finding an excuse to not give you that sense of satisfaction that no matter what,
satisfaction
because you want fast recognition.
No, I want a consistent avodah. That's what I want. I don't want recognition. I want a consistent avodah.
But we don't understand. We have to admit one thing. This generation, the access to ta'ava is so instantaneously. We don't understand how much these guys and these girls really go through. We really don't.
I think you're giving them too much. Okay, so they have a little shtuyot in their phone. Okay, say it there.
It's not the phone anymore.
I get it.
You know what it was? You know what it was in our days to try to be
what? To do what?
Nowadays,
to watch stuff.
No, not watch. To actually do things. The access is so much more, especially the tava of drugs. That's the worst thing. I always tell them I rather have students that are worse like Isav, murderers, rapists, but not people that smoke drugs. Because once they go into that category, they're living in their own bubble.
I haven't dealt with such a animal, but we've had. Listen, marijuana has been a constant issue since 20, 30 years already. It's not nothing new.
Accessibility,
what's the problem? People used to buy cannabis like it was nothing back then. Yeah, true, now it's legal. Now you can go into a store. Now you can get into what do you call those dispensaries and stuff like that.
You don't even know.
There's waxes you don't even know.
The people are not educated, unfortunately. So
let me ask you a question. So you're saying your cutoff line is drugs?
No, it's not even my cutoff line.
I remember that, kids used to come to school that they were high and they would get kicked out right away.
Correct. Because there's not when they're high, when they want to deal. There's a big difference between a kid.
Why kick him out when they want to deal?
Because once you become under the category of hotel machti, when you start to encourage,
what's hotel machti
when you start to encourage others to do, like we also had, what's it called, party promoters.
Yeah,
we kicked them out. Now, we didn't kick them out indefinite. We kicked them out until they did tshuva and came back, and they're not going to do it again.
Till they did teshuva. I like that.
Until they do it again.
A young kid doesn't know what teshuva is.
Yeah, but he understands.
He doesn't understand yet what it means to fail. He doesn't understand the
Correct.
meaning. He's still in his mother's bosom.
You know what the funny thing is? All these kids that at least I personally was very rough with, both mentally, physically, emotionally,
Physically,
they right now, they are the closest Talmidim I have. The closest. These guys would die for me. Today, if I tell them we're going to rob a bank,
Akedat Yitzhak.
they would say where, what time, and how.
I
That's
don't
it.
know about. Are
I'm
they
telling
married
you,
yet?
they're married with kids.
I don't know about
Why? Because
that.
they understood that they had a teacher that would die for them.
I think back then you had more of a capability to give your influence. I think you haven't had those students for many years.
Because the quality of students is starting to go down for one reason, and this is we're gonna go back
But
to your
back
topic.
then,
We're gonna get back into your
the
topic.
kids,
Wait, wait, wait,
the kids
we're gonna go
were
back to your
much
topic
tougher.
because back then they grew up with what? Respect. No matter what, father was father, mother was mother, teacher was teacher, friends were friends. Nowadays, people don't know what father is and what mother is, what friends are. Everyone is in an equal level. Back then, the kids knew I might be a hooligan, I might be a troublemaker, but I know at the end of the day, I cannot come home looking like this. I gotta shape up. Ask me when was the last time I found Visine in someone's pocket.
Visine?
Visine, I clear
Oh, I clear.
years, maybe 7, 8 years. Why? Because they say we don't care. Back in the day, you take away the thing, just don't take away the eye drops. Because I needed to be, I have to come home with a certain kavod, with a certain discipline. We're not going to stop our kids from doing this shtiyot. We're not. We're not. It's inevitable.
In the yeshivas too?
The yeshivas have it worse. People don't even know. You know what I love? I love principles that are in denial. My yeshiva? Well, this kid is selling all the shtiyot to the whole world. Why are you in denial? Face the reality, habibi. Face it.
Habibi, you're in denial.
That's what it is. But then one more question, then we're gonna get back into what book do you think, as a mechanech, or anyone that's really in any father, should go through that will help him see the kids and the world differently?
I have a lot of
One book. What's that? Make it or break it.
wait a second. I have a lot of opinions regarding what to learn. I listen. My essence is I'm water. I'm a bit cold by nature. I'll be honest with you. I do have I do have fire sometimes, but in general, I'm more of a stagnant person. I believe in growth through consistency. I do love Musar. I'm not gonna lie to you. There is one book that I learned with my students already. I would say 5 years at least.
I'm gonna redirect my question
The
again.
book you're asking me.
Not to teach the kids,
Not for the kids. What are you saying?
for the mechanchem,
Oh, for the mechanchim yourself.
not for the kids. I know what you're gonna say.
Which book?
The the son
Son
of
of
the
the Ram,
Rambam.
Hamas Love the Hashem, the guide to serving God. I love that sefer. What can I do?
I'm talking about for the people, for the actual mechanchem, for the parents. I know what I want to say. I already know the book.
You know which one? I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I deal with something like what could make me a better person, there is no greater book. Like, it's a hard question to answer. I have a book in mind. You might not believe I'm going to say this book, but it's a book that I feel that give me a lot of.
Likutei Moharan.
How did you know? You son of a gun! Likutei Moharan definitely is, and people don't believe. Like, I had a student in my class that his brother is very close to Breslov, and like, oh, you don't like Likutei? I'm like,
Shtiyot.
I might mention it in secret in every single one of my
Correct.
classes.
Correct.
Like, you don't even know what Likutei Moharan is. But Likutei Moharan, Siman Reish Pei Bet, Siman Vav is my favorite. Siman Kriyat Yehoshua. I learn it maybe 10, 20 times in Chodesh Elul. I do have a certain connection to it, also Balatania and everything. But I do, like, when I want to feel an openness to a student, like, in general, like, to I do prefer the Rav Nachman of Breslev, the Rav Nachman ben Fega,
Yes,
from the daughter of the Baal Shem Tov.
correct.
I go through the line of the Malchut, and I'm not saying I'm always successful. There are times when I have to control myself. There were years that I was very unsuccessful. Uh, I don't. I do believe that at a minimum that a kid must have some year off from the teacher. A minimum. It has to be natural.
But is it a yirat hachet or yirat haromemut? Are we talking?
Has to be yirat haromimut. And that's the problem. I don't.
What's the difference? Let the
Yirat
viewer.
hachet, you don't want the teacher to backhand you.
And-
Yirat haromimut, when the teacher walks in, you have to understand that
Respect.
at the minimum you have to shut your mouth. I don't believe there is a kid who can't shut his mouth. That you have that much amount of self-discipline. You could, every kid's 15, 16, 17, 18, you could do it. There was a year, I just want to tell you, Rabbi Kleinman knows. We were in Rico Park. It was my birthday, 14th of Cheshvan. And that year I had all the Fresh Meadows kid who just came out of public school. Had maybe a class of 20 kids. I was still in Kola. I went to teach for 2 hours a day just to make some money, to make a living. And they so overwhelmed me. I left school in the middle of the day crying. All the way to 71st, I went to back to Kola. I was crying, and actually Rabbi Kleinman went after me. It was, I think, 4 years. No, more.
At least 6 years ago.
It was. I'm not gonna say names of the kids. It was maybe 5, 6 years. Maybe, I don't know. It was so hard for me that day. Today, I would be very. It wouldn't matter to me, but it was so hard. It was like 20 kids in one shot, and they just overwhelmed me, and there was just no control, and I broke down. I don't mind the Rasha. I mean, even if a kid chas v'shalom, he's totally left. That doesn't matter. You could be, I don't care, but to be a ben adam, you know what I mean?
So I definitely understand that. I think the mechanchim really have to learn one sefer, and if they learn this, their whole view in the whole world will change. I think if a mechanech doesn't learn Shar HaGilgulim, because there's so much.
Wow, I feel like I should have said that.
And I tell you why. Here's the question of nature and nurture. This what we're forgetting. We always use the American view on this. There's such a Torah view on nature and nurture that until you don't learn Shar Gilgulim, you have to ask yourself.
I feel like it's one of the Shmonah that I probably learned the most. What is your aspect of Shar Gilgulim? What are you trying to say?
We're going to get into a controversy topic now.
Controversial.
A kid.
You're saying it's his nature? You can't change him? What are you trying to say?
No. There is a raw nature of a child that needs to be molded. It's the mechanchin's job to understand that is his nature at the moment. And it's the mechanech's job to try to mold him into whatever needs to be molded.
All right, in a class of 10 where everybody has their own
Not
molding.
in the class.
So what do you do in class?
What you do.
What is your job?
What you do outside of the class for 5-10 minutes with each boy can change the course of the whole classroom in a week.
Say that again.
What you can do for 5 to 10 minutes outside of a class time by just showing the kid your concern, your care, just the fact that you're there for him physically and emotionally, it changes in his brain. This person is not just here to teach me. This person actually cares for me. 99% of kids feel they are all alone in this world.
99. It's a big number.
When a kid can come to school after a whole 20 minutes of his father and mother bashing him, making him feel like he's like a chara, like a garbage, like a nothing. He comes to school. How do you expect this kid to actually functionally?
I don't know. Do they really make them feel like that? I feel like they have
mental,
all the greatness in the world. I mean,
physically, not
yeah, okay,
emotionally.
emotionally. So, what's emotion? What is emotion? Maybe the kid acts like a Khartayovich, so he needs his parents to be like, "Yo, get into line.
Also, no.
Get into line."
No, mechaneching the kids is done by self-example.
Okay, so you're right. So you're saying be there emotionally for them. Okay, what about curriculum? You have a job to teach. No, you have to know.
So I'll tell you.
You have a job to teach them.
I'll tell you. You have to. We as mechanim have to be smart. We have to be very smart. It's either you're gonna teach them something and you're gonna get them somewhere, or you're gonna try to teach the curriculum and teach them nothing.
So you're putting the Rebbe in the bind. Then.
So how does the Rebbe?
That's not fair.
How does the Rebbe?
Everybody wants to be in camp all day.
How does the Rebbe need to teach? How? This is what Rabbi Kleiman told me. The Rebbe has to be so in sync in the topic, so in sync that he needs to be so engaging to the child that the child will start to be a magnet. Let's break it down. You and I teach.
Okay.
You have a certain class. I have a certain class.
Yeah.
You have one method of teaching. I have another method of teaching. I have half of the school in my class.
You have more than 10 kids in your class.
I have half of the school in the class.
You have... So, listen, you have the kids who have been in other classes that needed a certain... So, you want to get into personal methods of teaching? I'm not pro your method.
I'm not saying personal methods.
So then you have to... You got to be specific. I'm not pro your method.
But what's more...
At all.
Where's the success there?
I don't... So you're... I mean, I don't want to get into personal things.
But where do you see this?
To me, so what is yours? What is for you success and what is for me success? For me success, I'll tell you what. I grew up in Lithuanian yeshivas. I'll be honest with you. And when I was in middle school, it was still a very Lithuanian method. You need to know the information that's given to you.
Correct.
Musar is important. It's important, but if I'm teaching you halacha, and you come out of class, you don't know the halacha that I'm teaching you, then I did not finish. I could teach the same halacha for a week. If you don't know what I taught you, then I don't care if you're a mensch l'chayid afterwards.
You don't care if you're mensch l'chayid.
So that depends on what they learn. That means if they're focused on me while I teach the halacha, or the navi, or the reading, or the kriya, then you will be mensch l'chayid at the end. That's the way I see it. The reason is
because he's mensch l'chayid to you and not...
No, because he could focus.
He's not focusing.
You know what Rabbeinu Avraham ben Arambam says? He says there's inner hitbodedut and outer hitbodedut. The outward hitbodedut is supposed to bring you to inner hitbodedut.
These guys are spacing out.
That's the problem. When you just teach them what they want to hear, they're only connecting from the outside, not from the inside.
Correct.
So on the inside, they're the same. You understand? They're the same. Yeah, something trickles in, but in the inside, I want to get to their inside.
But
I want to change them on Shabbat. I want to change them in Tefillah.
How do you get them there?
Oh, they have to have Yirat HaRamanut. When they come to class, you listen to the Rebbe for 2 hours. 2 hours today, tomorrow, next day. At the end of the class, they're going to be good.
But is it working?
Lately, no. But I don't think that the other method has had success either.
Let's break it down. My method is the exact opposite.
I know.
Which is give the kid such an outside feeling that he's such a good person or that he needs to work on himself that eventually it will crack in his head and say, I'm a schmuck. I got to work on myself.
When is he going to learn about Shabbat?
So what did we just...
At 12th grade? When is he going to learn?
But he's not learning regardless.
So that's not fair because you have
either way, you're failing. The kid is rotten.
But at 12th grade, he has to come out with something. You have to
Wrong.
teach him. He needs to learn how to read.
He has to get in 12th grade when he's a mensch to get to the point, I want to be a mensch. That's the pushing line.
Okay, so let's say like this. How do we get that in 9th grade?
How do we get what?
That level in 9th grade. Because it's not fair to get it till 12th grade, and you're saying it's not working the other way just to push them with information earlier. So let's try to figure out a way how to get it in 9th grade. Why not?
So there is a method.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, not you, not me.
No, no,
Okay,
but-
give me the method in ninth grade.
So, by the way, before I finish, how is it? We just started learning Gemara, right?
Okay.
These kids are learning a very weird sugya.
Yeah.
You know what sugya we're learning, right?
Which one? The barrel.
The barrel.
And
You have
on
to
the
save
roof.
this. Like, what? My kish between a barrel
Yeah.
and between saving things.
Yeah.
Of course, the hotzah, all these kind of things, right? How did the Rebbe get the kids to be magnified on this sugya?
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
The Rebbe's an entertainer.
That's the key to chinuch.
So should we pump everybody with neuroepinephrine?
We have to pump the Rebbein with one thing.
With what,
That
alcohol?
no, you don't need any of this. With one thing. These kids are your life. If this was your own child, how would you pump the kid? You need it. If not, chinuch is not for you. Not you personally. If a Rebbe cannot do it, chinuch is not for him unless he is ready to go to a different yeshiva that will teach in a Lithuanian ideology. No problem.
Also, Lithuanian theology, the Rebbe has to be entertaining. You should know this.
Your Rebbe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what grade.
Which one? Tell me the grade.
I forgot which grade. I'll tell you the name, Rabbi Stern. Why is it in that year you fell in love with Rabbi Stern and nobody else?
But should I speak about him on the
No, don't
podcast?
speak personally. Was he more entertaining?
He loved his students.
Ah! Was he more entertaining?
Doesn't mean we learned.
Doesn't make you still remember him until today.
Doesn't mean we learned.
But you had what? You had the Lithuanian way of just learning information. Did it stick with you?
Rabbi Stern taught.
You're not listening. You're diverting the question.
No, I'm
like
not.
a true Jew.
No.
Answer the question.
I'm telling
Is
you, he
this-
loved us.
Ah!
He loved us.
How? By showing you what?
On the last day of school, he cried after he got fired.
But you know what?
I don't know if he got fired. He went to be a social worker, but still, no.
He
but
made a bigger Roshem.
He was a great. I'll tell you what. He was a great. But the fact is, he was too soft, and we took advantage of him.
But did he leave anything in you?
He. You're actually, I mean, I don't know what
Yes
you
or
want to
no?
tell you.
Yes or
in
no?
what? In Limud?
Did he leave more
In Limud?
Mensch.
But we're not talking about Menschachlight right now. You don't understand me. I understand him. I want to tell you
You
something.
can't get
Can
to
I tell you
Limud.
something?
You can't get to Limud.
Can I tell you something about the kids? They love me.
I never said they don't
That's
love
the
you.
truth. But I don't want their love. I'll throw it away to the garbage.
You're not listening.
I don't want love.
That has nothing to
I
do
don't
with
want
it.
it. I don't want it.
It's not-
I want.
Now you're getting heated. He faced this way. He's
I want
heated.
fear.
Ah!
I want
No,
fear.
doesn't exist.
I want not fear of ched.
No.
I don't want to.
No.
I want yotar lemut.
No.
I want you to come to class and listen to me.
No. Doesn't go down.
I have what to teach you.
You're right.
I have what to give you.
I always tell the kids.
Understand?
I always tell the kids as follows. I said, you don't know what kind of Rebbe you actually have. You have a potential one of the Gedolei Hador sitting on your seat instead of going and investing his own time in learning.
Don't
learning,
Don't light a candle in my tuchus
in
right
learning. Right? He's sitting teaching you. You're right. So if the method of just teaching because the way of teaching is not working, we have to be chachamim. And we have to
Can't
ask.
teach Musar. You cannot teach Musar to kids all day. You cannot.
It's not Musar.
You need to teach them information.
Correct.
Moshe Rabbeinu, how did he teach?
So how
I'm asking you.
how do you we're not in the door of Moshe Rabbeinu.
Said it, but the method is still the method.
We're not in that door.
Well, the method is still the method.
But that method doesn't work.
No.
Maharaya, the Lithuanian
Maraya.
yeshivas are failing today.
They're still the greatest yeshivot in the world.
They're not.
How about in
Because
Israel?
even in Israel, when a guy can finish, go through the system and say, I feel no kesher to Hashem, the whole thing's failed.
I don't think he feels no kesher. They just didn't give him also a little bit of that fire.
He feels no.
Okay, but you can't give all fire and no water.
You're right. So why is this the method I use? Because when a guy is a sea, he's in the sea of tava. What's the best method of getting an addict out of his addiction? You need to substitute it with something. Don't ever forget that. You cannot take it away and say, go cold turkey. It doesn't work. You need a substitute. So what do I...
Cold turkey also works.
What can you, in the Moshe Rabbeinu generation, yes, right? This is something that, this is one of the steers I have for Muhammad, but this is one of the methods Muhammad used, right? I'm going to prove to you after, if we get about the Quran. You can't just take it cold turkey. You need to substitute it. When these kids are full of tuma and full of taiva and just enjoyment, you have to give them a sense of feeling of I want to be better, I could be better, how do I do it? And that's why towards the middle of the year, we transcending to what? We don't learn Hashkafa now all day. We learn it for 25 minutes. We go into Gemara. Why? Now that they have this sense of flow, they're desiring it. You got to get them
How do
to
you
a
know they're
peak
desiring it?
because they start to say we're bored
From what?
from just learning Hashkafa all day. That's exactly what you need to hear.
Maybe they're just really bored.
No, they're not bored because it's such an entertaining class. They're still, you know how you know if they're really bored, they're not going to learn. They start making noise. These kids are not making noise. They engaged. It's an engaged. Then you substitute it with Gemara, and you get into Rishonim, and these are kids that barely know how to learn. Suddenly they're teaching and they're learning and they're getting. It's a different world. But you need that first engagement.
What
You know
are
how many
they
times? You know how many times that I speak to the kids privately? I call them middle of the night. I call them during the day. I take them out sometimes. Let's talk. What's going on? One kid, his mother divorced once, twice. He's going through hell and back. We don't know what these kids are going through emotionally. We have to crack them.
That's just a case. But you have to
There are many
understand-
cases like that.
Everybody has their own
There are many-
junk in
Okay,
the,
you're right.
in the chain.
But
you cannot be a sleeve everybody to cry on. Once again, you can't be always fire. You got to be water too.
Correct.
Kid comes to school, he has to understand. He has a curriculum.
Correct.
Understand? The Rosh Yeshiva expects you to teach a certain thing. You understand? You cannot just spend half a year on Hashkafa. That's not fair.
You're right.
Okay.
But when you make the calculation, is the kid going to learn anything if I start in the beginning? The answer is
He's not gonna learn,
He's
but
not
at the
gonna
same
learn
time, he has to know that there is a you say there's an
Ma'arefet,
effect.
correct.
Exactly. There's an you do like this has to be like this.
Okay.
You cannot just come in the year and be like, listen, I'm gonna do whatever I want, scream and fight and yell and beat up.
So there's Sur Mira and there's Asetov.
No.
The Sur Mira, there are certain categories.
Surmera means
Push away from bad.
Yeah.
Walk away from bad. Unfortunately, the Yeshiva Welt only fixates on Sur Mira. They never get into the topic of Asetov.
okay.
It's our job as Mechanchem, as real.
When is the Asetov get to its limit?
There's never
until he breaks
wrong.
another kid's face.
That's still under Sur Mira.
So
There is
he's-
no limit for Asetov.
There is.
No, there is no limit for
There
Asetov.
is a limit to Tov.
No, there isn't. There
Hashem
is-
saw that the Tov was too much. Veganazo Tov.
Oh, because he knew we couldn't handle. We will
You
never.
do.
No, we will never
When
reach
you
that
see a
level.
kid, we'll take the Tov and take advantage.
Oh no, that's not Tov.
You have
That's
to.
not Tov.
You-
He still needs to be reiterated. What is Sur Mira?
And kids have to know small doche
Yeah.
veyamin mekarev.
Correct.
You cannot
Correct.
always be good.
Correct.
Nikuda.
It's not. We're not talking about being
Okay,
good.
you have
good.
to teach a kid a consequence.
Correct. No. So
Not
good.
physically.
So
Not
good.
physically.
So good.
Emotionally.
Right. Good.
That means if he gets an F on the test, you don't turn it into a 65.
I agree with you.
Unfortunately, I feel like
What's that?
Asetov disagrees
No,
with me.
no, that's not Asetov. He failed. Now, what can I do to speak to him to make sure that he understands that this can be changed
No,
eventually?
a child will take advantage of that.
So this is here where we
We disagree. A child will take advantage of that. You know, I believe in hard work.
I also believe
Okay,
in hard work.
you will never be great unless you do in whatever. Let's say you don't
Anything.
you don't have to be a doctor. You could be a Talmudist. You could be a Bal Halacha. You could be a
Construction
posei. You could be a
worker.
construction worker. You must understand that I have to give it my best. You understand? I agree with you. There were many students that we knew that that become great kids. I agree with you that they built families and they became responsible people. Kids who went through harsh backgrounds.
Correct.
And every kid that we go through has a harsh background.
Correct.
They have very harsh backgrounds. But consequences must be given, not physically.
Consequences is very important.
Not physically.
correct.
Even emotionally. Grade-wise. You know, midah keneged midah. Does Hashem
So when a kid
Does
comes, when
Hashem
a
give
kid comes-
midah keneged midah the way we give, we get? Or there is other aspects over there? If I do something, does Hashem give me back what I do?
Correct.
Okay. We have to deal with it the same way.
Is there a concept of tshuva?
There is a concept of teshuvah if it's
Be careful. The next words are very detrimental. Is there a concept of tshuva?
If it's legitimate,
Ah,
is a concept of
in
teshuvah.
their level, in their wherever they are, in the experience that they went through, in their understanding of knowledge, these kids are mamash the golden kids that Hashem is waiting for. It's our job
I'm
as
gonna remind you
mechanchen.
these words on Monday.
I
I'm gonna remind you these words on Monday. You should know
I
that.
believe, I very much believe in being tough, but I believe
Yeah,
not.
I know they'll agree with you.
Yeah, but they all love me to death. Why?
To death is the right word.
Why? Because the love that I give is adushi. It's from the place
All right,
of
what is love for you?
making sure that he knows.
What do you do to give them love?
I'm explaining to you. Making sure that he knows it's coming pure from a clean place.
And he believes that?
He knows that.
He knows that.
He doesn't believe it. He knows it. Why? Because the next second they're up me. They're like, Rebbe, we love you. Rebbe, let's learn.
I think
Rebbe,
they,
let's
I think
do.
they just I think they're just people who have not been experiencing too much love lately, and
So you know what?
maybe that aspect is giving them that love.
Okay, whatever it is.
I don't listen.
I learned one thing, Sephardi boys.
Yeah,
You must be tough to show them who's boss, but then you can guide them to where you need to get them.
how
Ashkenaz,
Ashkenazi boys.
they're totally different.
Okay,
They have to first be understood, and then you can guide them. It's different.
is it something physical or something that you?
It depends on the background. We're leaving the generation of physical, Baruch Hashem, because parents are stopping to be physical with their kids. Because when a person is used to being physical at home, unfortunately, there's a certain correlation that he gets with the outside world.
Okay.
That until I don't get knocked out, that's not my geder of being.
I feel that's what you're talking about. Then.
But that is changing. Baruch Hashem, that you don't need to be physically anymore. You just need to know how. Someone one time told me, if you can mechanech with your eyes, you'll never mechanech with your hands. We're getting into that stage.
That's always been true. I feel like just because you're mechanech with your hands and the kid is, he's the symptom, you took care of the symptom right now, doesn't mean he's going to be, he's going to listen later on.
So here's where the love comes in.
You could
Now,
give a kid.
I don't believe in kumbaya love. You should know this about me. I don't believe in kumbaya love.
I don't believe you give kumbaya love. I feel like you do the opposite.
I don't believe in that. I give the kid the attention that he's seeking and the validation that he needs in order to move forward. When a kid comes to me and tells me, my family's telling me that I'm a good for nothing, I want to be a barber.
What's wrong with being a barber?
But he's not a good for nothing. So now he correlates everything to do with barbering as a good for nothing.
I want to ask you a question. When was
ahead.
the last time that you've experienced a child with the love of learning Talmud? Be honest with the question.
Never.
Thank you. I'm seeking this child. When you ask me the truth, let's get into it. I am seeking this child.
You'll never find him.
I will.
You want to know you'll never find him?
Know why?
Can I tell you why?
Because I'm looking.
I tell you why you'll never find him. This is not already our fault. This has nothing to do between you and I.
I am searching a
I'm
child that wants to learn.
I'm explaining to you.
I'm telling you.
I'm explaining something.
So what are we doing then?
I'm explaining to
Are
you.
we teachers or are we psychologists?
So
You're telling me to be a therapist.
Both.
This is already, I have to get
Both.
paid more for that.
Both. It's nothing to do with money. It has to do with responsibility.
I'm just giving a joke.
I know.
I'm just saying you have to understand, you have to admit it too. You when you have a kid who wants to learn, you enjoy it.
Of course I enjoy
I've
it.
had years where kids, like even 1 or 2 kids in class, they wanted to learn.
I love it when they want to learn.
Psychologically, you always magnetize. There's a word for it. You always like, you focus on that kid, because when a kid gives you that attention, like he wants to learn, you give it to him.
Well,
And I feel every mechanech does the same thing. I've seen classes when you have a teacher and a kid that wants to learn, the teacher will always give that kid 100% of his attention. Okay? Because the kid wants to learn and you're there to teach him. Yeah, true. You have to be a psychiatrist, you have to be a therapist and say you're good. 100% you have to say these things. 100%. But you can't do it all the time without giving a kid a consequence. He can't run over you and destroy everybody on the way.
So here's the question. Is it a consequence or a punishment?
It's a consequence, not a punishment. Because I tell you why. I tell you, every normal mechanech, if he's a good person, the second he leaves that class, he has no bad feelings for anybody.
So here,
Okay,
here's
I'm
my
telling you the
follow-up.
truth. And something I've learned over time. After I leave the class,
It's not personal.
It's not personal at all.
so
100%. I never call it, yo, you're a son. It's not personal. And in class, yes, yeah, get the tension, this, that, whatever the case is.
here's the
After I
question.
leave, I love you. You love me. Say whatever you want. Jump on me after school. I don't. It doesn't matter. But in class, you have to listen for the 45 minutes to 1 hour or 2 hours. Ben Adam. And parents
Forget the parents.
must be involved.
Forget them. Forget they don't exist.
Then we're fighting a war that cannot be won.
Forget them. The parents, forget them.
We're fighting a war that cannot be won.
Forget them.
We're not gonna create Talmidei Chachamim. I tell you the truth. You know what bothers me? We're not creating Talmidei Chachamim.
Why? You want to know why?
I'm telling you why.
Okay,
I want to
tell you
no
why.
kid.
I'll
I have
tell you
learned.
why. I'll tell you why.
I'm telling you why. I have not met a kid in many years that wants to learn, and I cannot teach him to learn at 9th grade.
Why? Because the considered chashuvim rabbis, they're all darshanim. They're not talmidei chachamim.
What do we do to the Talmidei Chachamim? We make them into bus drivers.
You're right.
We've turned them into bus drivers and construction workers. That's what happened. That's not our fault. That's not our fault.
Okay.
We as parents, we have to instill a love in learning.
We can't.
So I don't know who's the pessimist right now. Who has turned into the pessimist?
Not that we can't because we don't want to. Yechidim could. Why don't we? Is because
To just wait for a prodigy? What are you trying to say?
no, because everyone is looking for instant enjoyment, instant
No.
gratification, instant everything. Look, I'll give you an example, right? What's this new trend? Seriously, this new trend in the world. There's a couple new trends. We gotta go for winter break to Florida, to Panama, to I don't know, Bowen. Why?
That's already a podcast within itself. The
Pesach.
Yeshiva Shabbat.
Why Pesach? Why am I taking my whole family on a Pesach trip?
Victor Miller used to cry about this years ago.
Sukkot now they have.
Sukkot,
They're building
Greece.
Sukkot.
In Greece.
What are
Gabriel, you're coming with us?
what is this? What is this? Is this Torah?
It's not Torah. 100%. It's not Torah. And I wish that it's
I'll give you another example. That's another sickness, and I have to say this. And we're mechanchem. Yeshiva tuition. Are you joking with me?
what,
I'm sorry.
1,500 a month?
It's going up, and this is okay. Look at the great mix schools.
$2,500.
$35,000.
What can I tell you? It's people are running.
These
They
things-
run after money because they need the money.
These, dude.
What can they do? They're bringing up the money and they're.
This is something that must be. Forget about
What
all
should
the
people
other.
do?
These are things that must be addressed.
What should people do?
We need to make a macha. I'm seriously. We need to make a macha and say enough's enough.
If you-
How is it that 80% of paycheck goes just to paying tuition?
So they'll tell you the famous thing where the Gemara Masech Rosh Hashanah says that the tuition of your children is not coming out of your paycheck.
It's shtiyot. It is coming out of my paycheck. It's coming
The
out of my
Gemara Rosh
paycheck.
Hashanah disagrees with you.
No. So what is it referring to?
I'm with you, by the
What
way.
is
I
it
agree
referring
with
to?
you.
Let's learn that Gemara and understand
All right,
really
let's learn it,
what
yeah.
it actually means.
Now you're on board.
Right? First of all, if we're going to go into that depth, you can't charge me for teaching Torah.
Why is that?
You're not allowed.
Schar batala.
You know, for learning Torah, you can't charge me.
Schar batala.
Okay, I understand that. For the actual aspect of learning, you can't charge me.
But the Rebbe needs to pay the food groceries.
The Rebbe needs to pay. So no problem. The committee, the school committee has to work on a system. Everyone is transparent in knowing the bills of the yeshiva, and as a collective
They'll
item.
swear to you that they're not making any money.
So show it.
You go to that. You're going to that.
Show it.
Have you said that before
Show it.
to schools?
I never said it to schools because I never got to that level. I can't go as a one yachid. I have to go collective. Show it, and the school parents have the obligation to cover all costs.
School parents.
The school
They
body has the obligation to cover all costs, but put everything on the board. Put it on the board. It's if you're asking for 50, kid has how many kids in the class? 25 kids.
20 kids.
20 kids.
Normal yeshiva.
20 kids. Let's say 20 kids. There's 2 classes.
Yeah.
How much already? This teacher doesn't get that. This teacher's living paycheck to paycheck too.
Yeah. What about rent? What about food?
Put it down. No problem.
Electricity,
Come on,
gas.
let's put it on the table.
Janitor.
Put it, all everything exclusive.
Secretary. School director. School administrator.
Everything. School plumber, school painter, school everything. Put it on the table.
First of all, I agree with you 100% that tuition has been off the rocker. But at the same time, I don't think that's something that we could fix.
We're not going to fix it.
So what should we do? Teach them in our house? Be a pariah? I believe when a kid goes to school, he learns much more than being at home. I'm very against self-educating kids. School
homeschooling.
I'm very against it. Kids need to be social. Kids need to be outside.
That I disagree with you.
I disagree with you 100%.
Social is not learned from school.
I've seen kids that have been homeschooled. It's horrible. It's horrible. They're pariahs. They don't know how to act.
Socially,
you
nothing
need
to do with school.
Why not?
No, it doesn't have to do with Teva.
Teva?
Nature.
Come on. Stop it.
You can have a kid that can go to school all his life. He's still a donkey devil.
That's true, but he still knows how to act in a crowd.
That depends on the parents.
Okay. Oh, we're going back to the parents.
90% of parents, if they're like
parents,
animals, chayot ra'ot,
parents
on the table on Shabbos when they scream about shtuyot, when they fight, they give davad, they curse at each other. The kid is what? Going to be a ben adam. He can go to the school. He can go to all the schools you want.
A parent
He's still living
needs
like a
to be 100% always involved in every aspect of their kid's life. I do agree with you that tuition has been off the skyrocket. It's crazy. Even with voucher and school choice, so they still charge you.
Oh, so here's my question.
Full amount.
If some schools do get vouchers,
yeah.
If some schools do get certain things,
yeah. No, you're at Shamayim. What can I tell you?
Well, what is
There's
this?
No, you're at Shamayim.
What is this?
You've got to tell them point blank if you're getting.
And then they say the rabbis say to bring more kids. Again, I'm asking all this theoretically for the people.
Listen, I'll tell you something personal. I went to my daughter's school, and I have Baruch Hashem 4 daughters, besides for the sons I have. And I said to the director, I said, "You want me to bring another kid? You want me to stop doing puravu? Like, give me a normal tuition, not $1,400 a month. It was $1,400 a month." And he said, "No, we will never tell parents to have less kids." I said, "So,
where do you draw the line?"
So it's like you'll have to cut down in your life. I've had a parent who paid $100,000 in tuition a year. He had 10 kids, different schools. I'm like, listen, you have to be normal over here. I don't know when this was, how it happened, but I can't pay $1,500 a kid. This is not gonna happen. I'm not gonna take my kids out of yeshiva. I'm gonna fight with you. I'm not gonna be one of those parents. Whatever, he gave me a certain discount. What I thought was fair for him and for me. He's like, next year it has to be normal tuition. I don't know what I'm gonna do next year. I'll be honest with you. I do know there are certain girls' schools who are more lenient in tuition. It's a big problem. I do feel that a lot of Bukharian families, Sephardi families have had more kids than I've ever been because Parnasa is better.
And because they're becoming more into the American understanding that's, having kids for our parents and beyond, it was a burden. They were always thinking of survival. They were in survival mode.
But also those days, the kids used to die a lot. And today,
you're talking about, yallah.
Whatever, I'm just saying that it's become much better. But to have kids and not to be involved in their education is a foul. Is don't bring kids. Chas v'shalom. If you're not gonna sit with your kid and learn to Gemara with him and just expect by Eli Stefanski and with his I don't know what he's saying. Listen, I tried. It didn't work. I love the diagrams, but it doesn't work. If you expect that he's gonna learn online, that's not.
You want to know why?
That's not gonna work.
Can I tell you why? Because for the father, that's good enough.
So
is that correct?
100%. And the Rebbe of his yeshiva, of his base medrash, of his shul, must. But I can't blame the rabbi too. He has too much on his plate.
He can't.
Why?
Why? He's gonna lose.
All the olam is on him. He's breaking himself. He has 10 kids. He has to worry. It's hard. I don't blame the Rebbe.
So,
I want that kid who wants to learn. I don't care about this stuff. Tuition, Hashem will take care of it. I want a kid who wants to learn. I want a learner. Give me that kid.
Find a different school, I guess.
That's a good idea.
Just an idea.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes a person, is blessed to meet these kids too. You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know. I personally love the hard kids. love them.
Let's trade.
I love them. I love them so much.
Listen, I love them too. It's not about love. It's not about love.
No,
Of course you love
them in a case. I rather have them on my plate
Yeah.
than have the guys that just want to pound away.
Listen, Rav Chaim Falaji only comes once in a generation. Al-Vadi Hadaya comes once in a generation.
Correct.
Rav Shalom Hadaya comes once. Rav Mordechai Sharabi. They come once in a generation, then you suddenly have 20 in a generation. There is a way to teach love of learning. I'll be honest with you.
There's a way
there
to
is a
teach?
way, love of learning.
Okay.
There is a way.
How is it?
There is a way to teach
Explain
love
to
learning.
me.
What I tell you, in the young age.
How young are we talking about?
We're talking about first, second, third grade.
And that's why I told you in the middle, this is not our fault. What we do is picking up
The pieces,
the
yeah.
scrap that people ruined, that will never admit, because they put 15 to 30 kids in a classroom, and the Rebbe only paid attention to those 5 to 6
Where
boys
are those? Where
that
are
are
those?
learning.
Give me them. at least.
And the rest,
Where are those 5 kids?
the rest,
Where are the 5 kids?
I don't know. The rest today are considered my machroinim. You know who's going to pay the din for that? You know who? The administrators that wanted to shove more kids in the classroom, not to hire another Rebbe. I know we're talking about sensitive topics. I know, but this is the reality. You want Gedolei Hador? Every kid.
Talmidei
I know.
Chachamim.
Okay.
I don't care about Gedolei
You're right.
Hador.
You want Talmidei Chachamim? I agree with you. I want them
Learners.
too. I want them too. That's why we did the initiative of opening up a yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael. That's another podcast and a whole other thing. That's why we're doing this initiative. Because our guys are getting burnt in other yeshivas. But the only way to do that is if in their youth, until 7th, 8th grade, they're pounded each one to what they need without leaving a kid in the crack. Those are no more. I can't find those mechanchim. Maybe 1 or 2.
I've been in Hasidic yeshivas.
Shem vovei lama.
Don't even get there.
It's a different Welt. It's
Listen,
a
Hashem should.
system over there.
Hashem should.
To bring Moti one time here to tell you, it's a system.
We have to visit Hashem. Be.
We're not doing this to, of course, to bash.
Listen, we're just talking.
This is just, this is casual talk that people actually, that we think about this every single day.
We go through it every single day. No matter how much I've gone through, all the kids, they're all great kids. After high school, they all change. Because they realize the Rebbe is not there to clean their schnozzly anymore. And I did have years where kids used to come to my house every Shabbat, and I loved those kids. And even though those kids actually didn't turn out to be religious kids at all, but they were, they had a lot of potential, and I love them. I love every kid that I have, but at the same time, what can I say? Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But I see it as it's a goal of mine to create a student that wants to be stark. It'll give me personal joy. Okay, maybe it's selfish. It'll give me personal joy. You want to have a mental kid? I got you. It'll give me, of course, stark was being mental. Okay, I don't want to. It'll give me that, and I feel like there are kids that have that capability. They have that capability, but when you put inside of the trillion, all the other things, you're fighting. You're
An endless battle.
a battle that you have that kid that you could, and then he has so many people tugging him from the other side, and it's hard. How I, as a Rebbe, you said, what book you said was good?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. how do you? We both want the same thing.
We want the same end.
We want the same. We just have different.
You taking a car and I'm taking a motorcycle. That's it.
I'll never drive a motorcycle. I'll
I
tell
said
you that
that's
much.
what I said. I'm taking the motorcycle. You
I'll
take
never-
the car. You know
I'll
what?
never-
You get the donkey. I get the horse.
I'll rather have the donkey, by the way. Also, in that aspect, I'd rather have the donkey or a mule. Shaul HaMelech was looking for his father's mules.
Yeah.
We just got to the part of the Navi with the kids where we learned about Shaul and being anointed with the boys in the heat in the morning. Then with the 12th graders, we already got to the part where David is anointed.
Oh, you went much faster.
Yeah, we're about 100 pages above with the seniors. Very good group of seniors. I love them. You're not gonna have that group
Ever again.
obviously. Every group is specialized, but like that group, like I hope you send them to Eretz Yisrael.
We're trying.
I hope so.
With your help to slowly trickle.
They're very good boys, and I know that they have. It's my fault for not inviting them more and everything, but they're a very good bunch. Very tough backgrounds, all of them, but all very good kids.
Excellent boys.
The year before, just even comparing the two, like my hair has to like stand.
He's becoming black again now.
Yeah.
Last year we came all white.
Oh, white is terrible, but at the same time, we don't have an 11th grade, so
Whatever. We
yeah,
shape
you
it
guys
out.
will not shape it, but I hope that you will push them to learn Israel. Learning Israel doesn't mean you have to be a full-time learner or anything. Just to have some time to fundamentals, being away from all the mishegas.
100%.
And I believe that the more it's very hard. I teach a Gemara class at Thursday night. It's hard to teach a sugya when you're just start to learn Gemara at 35.
Very hard.
You get very tired. You get tired in the middle.
The guys or the Magid
The guy, no, Magid doesn't get tired. Magid is on fire. But at 35, 40, people get tired. You work like a dog all day. You come home, you hear that you're a dog, and then and then you come to learn Gemara.
the dog.
It's tough. It's tough.
So this is exactly why I promote.
Right now I gotta go home. I gotta. Well, listen. Sometimes I go to do daf yomi. I do daf yomi. I cry. Like, to me, doing daf yomi, it's.
Busha.
I've gotten to the point where I am just doing daf yomi. The thing on Hashem, where have I got to? I'm doing daf yomi. Chas v'shalom. Daf yomi is people who do daf yomi. They're holding the belt, but people will come to learn. I give them all the props. The belt is getting more stronger, but I wish that the youth will want to learn. We want to maybe daven. I don't know. Rav Tzion Bracha used to light candles for his students.
For his students that are alive?
Yeah. He used to light candles for them. I said it's L'Shem. Our yeshiva is called L'Shem. I know you're B'nai Aliyah. You're above L'Shem already, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to... people see me like... They see me as a robot. You come to class, you teach, and you leave. Like, that's not true. I think about the kids. I wish I could, give them more. I've had kids who told me, like, you're so negative. Like, stop telling us we're bad. I'm like, I'm not telling you you're bad. I want to say you're doing good.
So maybe more of a positive reinforcement.
I try. Trust me. It's not.
Let's light candles for them. We'll put it in the classroom. You show them the candle.
I light candles for you too. I'm kidding. If Chaim Falaji says to light candles, you're not gonna light candles even though Shalom. I'm kidding. Like, Moshe Rabbeinu, he saw himself like he was not. It was his minus. I see myself as a minus too. Like, I'll be honest. I don't even see myself as a mechanech. I'll be honest with you.
I think
no matter how many years,
this is becoming into therapy over here. Right?
I'm in a therapy thing.
I have that influence on people for some reason. They start talking and it comes into therapy.
You have that influence, and listen, maybe it's your gift. Maybe that's why the morning class loves that Chovat HaLevavot.
We started Gemara, Baruch Hashem.
I know.
The guys are in sync.
So just to end it off, ancient
wisdom,
modern life. Ancient wisdom, Torah, modern life, yeshivas today. How do we connect to the Talmidim? Give us your
sikum.
Yeah, Gabriel? פותח את ידיך ומשביע לך חי רצון. What do you say? Like, what do you give advice? You've met much more mechanechim than me. I'm not inside that world. I just do my thing. I go home. What do you say from what you've seen? Hasidim, Litaim, Sfaradim, Israelim, Amerikaim,
Baruch Hashem,
Surim too?
I've been around.
Surim too?
I've been around the block.
Ribono shel olam. Flatbush?
Flatbush.
Yishtabach shemo. That's for what? Oh, the money.
You'd be surprised.
You never know. Listen.
Our community, we'll talk about this a different time.
Oh God, I don't even want to know what he's gonna say.
Our community, Baruch Hashem, our youth, our even the older generation, we have enough money to build a Beit HaMikdash twice over. Just our community.
I'll tell you something.
Twice over.
When I was in Kollel,
I'm telling you this right now, with the gold vessels and everything, with the price of gold today, we have enough to build the Beit HaMikdash, the third temple, the way, the size it's supposed to be, twice over. Kol hakavod for our youth. Kol hakavod for our people.
Because of that, they're picking up the tuition. Stop!
Kol hakavod for them. Kol hakavod. I know, I'm very proud. I go every single week, 2 days a week. I visit Balabatim.
2 days a week.
Full days. I run out of yeshiva. I come home at 8 o'clock. Done. Gamur. And I have to give a shir the next night. I'm telling you, these guys, kol hakavod, they're holding up. You know how much balei tzedakah they are? You know how many balei tzedakah
is this your sikum?
We have in our community. That's not my sikum, but I'm just letting you know we have to have pride in who we are. Ma tovu ma na'im, these people. They might not know Torah or mitzvot, but they support all the Torah and mitzvot. So when you said, oh, Flatbush is that, they come to us too. They all come to us. Baruch Hashem. The sikum.
Let's sikum to remind us why we're saying this sikum. What is your message to? Okay, so let's forget Mamdani, what we said, because we went to chinuch. So first of all, how would you categorize this podcast? A story of chinuch.
Yeah.
All right, a story of chinuch. 2 different opinions. I don't think it's really 2 different opinions. One goal, 2 opinions.
Yeah, and I think I think you just answered it. I think you just answered it.
Okay,
by
explain
saying that statement. The truth is, the kid and the teacher want the same thing.
That's true. A real teacher, obviously, not just there. Nobody really teaches for the money. I'll be honest with you.
A student and a teacher, they both want good.
The student wants a relationship, and the teacher, truthfully, also wants to have a relationship. That's true, 100%. This I agree with. Correct. You want a relationship with your students. I tell you what, sometimes I have that kid who's he's wild, and then he's a bit passive towards you. He's my Rebbe. I want you feel something towards 100%. Him. You like the kid. You know what I'm saying? Even though he doesn't do anything,
nothing.
But you'll pass him because he has that good neshama inside of him. You feel like there's something to work with in the future. Yes, that's true. I have those kids too.
So I'm saying that's the
but the chutzpan, the one who says on the night of Pesach, "Ma ha'edut v'chukim v'mishpatim." You know what I mean? That's the one that gets under the skin.
Because he never had a relationship with God.
So he looks relationship with the teacher?
So that's the key. The key is truth. The student wants a relationship and the teacher wants a relationship. The question is, are we both drinking from the same water or are we both drinking 2 different waters?
Too philosophical.
Are we on the same page in how to get there? Or is my method the way I think he needs to get there, and his method the way he thinks he needs to get there? And that's where there needs to be an eye-to-eye conversation with every single Talmud that we have. Because when we have them, we start to feel really, what is it that he's really seeking, and what is it that I can maybe tell him that he'll understand where I'm coming from. And like this, together, when we intertwine, we're talking the same language. Because when you get to the pneumius of the person, Ki chelek Hashem amo, right? Hashem is in every single one of us.
Yaakov.
Hevel
Nahalato. I don't know, when you speak, I feel like you were a student of the Baal Shem Tov. But not like the Maggid. I feel like you were like Rav Zev Kisses or something, like the wagon driver. I feel like he was there. I don't know why.
I would be happy if I was the dung of the animal. The dung of the animal. Oh,
you were there. Definitely, you were there. But I don't know. You were in the Maggid. I don't know why. You were somebody else. The Maggid was a.
He was a litzvah.
He was a litzvah. He was a lamdasha.
He was a true litzvah.
Okay, listen, Hashem should hear the words out of your mouth, and thank you for joining us in ancient Wisdom Modern Life. And please join us for our next podcast. Like and subscribe.
And leave a comment.
And leave a comment. Listen, he reads the comments, not me. So don't look at me. Have a good night. Good Shabbos. Shavua Tov.